It's the last full weekend in June. It's a beautiful sunny day. What does every ham radio operator do that has batteries in his radio? Operate field day. Hey guys, it's Chris, K2CJB with K2CJB Radio. Welcome back to the channel. Here we are, it's field day weekend again. I didn't intend to operate this weekend actually. I had other plans, but they fell through. So I'm going to make the best of it. I'm home, I'm going to operate one Echo, going to set things up in the yard, and let's play field day. I'm going to do a couple of experiments this time around. First, I'm going to operate with an end-fed half-wave antenna. I've never done that before. Second, I've installed Panasonic Eneloops into my Yaesu. Operate off those and see how long they last. And third, this year I want to see if I can get FT8 to work on field day. Did it a couple of years ago and I couldn't get it to work. I think it was the way I had the software configured. So I'll mess around with that today too and see how we can get it to work. First, let's talk about gear. In this larger backpack, I have the 817 and all sorts of accessories to go with that. Some of you may have seen in this little pouch I put together, this is my VHF UHF pack. I thought I'd bring it out and just have it out here in case I need it for some reason, or I want to experiment with things. You'll also notice some of you suggested that I identify myself with that pouch. So I've got a couple of patches on there, which I thought were appropriate. Up here, I've got an iPad for logging. I've got a couple of extra battery packs, USB battery packs. That's the laptop in the black case, and an orange case has all the various USB cables that I'll probably need. Here's the antenna farm, starting with the Wolf River Coil Silver Bullet 1000. I've got the long legs for the tripod, I've got 33-foot radials spread out in the yard, and I've got the MFJ 1979 whip fully extended and deployed. For the wire antenna this year, I'm using something I never used before, an end-fed half-wave. This one is the N9 SAB antenna you can get on eBay through Tim Ortiz. He designed this and builds them for you, custom tune them to whatever frequency you want. So I have this one configured with I put a 33-foot counterpoise on it, and then it's an end-fed half-wave. It just runs up into that tree somewhere. Yeah, good luck finding it. It's up in that tree somewhere, trust me. I'm running the end-fed through this MFJ Versatuner. Got this a while ago, I think at a Hamfest or on eBay, something like that. And it works fine. Nice, good old-fashioned, simple manual tuner. And for 40 meters, it's very happy. Here's the operating position. I'm safely inside my screened-in porch here, so I don't get eaten alive. MFJ tuner, as you saw earlier. MFJ clear tone speaker. Sounds really nice with the 817. Here's the 817. I've got the bio-NO for later with the battery meter for that, a log. Microphone with a Soda Beam speech compressor. I've been using this for a while. I think it gives me a little extra punch. You know, when you're operating QRP, you need every little bit of help you can get. So let's fire the radio up. I'm hooked up to the end-fed, so we'll be on the long wire right now. I'm on 40, must have been where I was last time. Got some folks warming up already, I guess, huh? The battery voltage indicator is 9.9 volts. That's the Eneloops that are inside the radio, and we'll see how long they hold up. Well, it's about 1:30. I'm going to get myself a quick sandwich, something to drink, and then it's time to start. Well, I'm looking at about 15 seconds before it's time to roll here, so let's put the radio on. And we should be hearing signals, stations calling within the next 10 seconds. 5 seconds, here we go. And we're up. Let that be a lesson to you. The can wasn't open. Keep that out of the way. Kilowatt 2, Charlie, Juliet, Bravo, QRP.
Whiskey 3, Echo Mike.
Kilowatt 2, Charlie, Juliet, Bravo, QRP.
QRZ, Whiskey 3, Echo Mike.
Kilowatt 2, Charlie, Juliet, Bravo, QRP.
2, American Eagle, W2GE. Please copy 6 Alpha EPA. Romeo Victoria calling CQ40, field day.
Kilowatt 2, Charlie, Juliet, Bravo, QRP. Kilo 2, Charlie, Juliet, Bravo, QRP.
Kilo 4, Bravo, Tango, QSL. Victor, America 3, America, Germany, field day. QSL field day from Victor, Alpha 3, Alpha Golf.
Kilowatt 2, Charlie Juliet Bravo, QRP.
The Delta Whiskey Station. CQ Field Day, Whiskey 3 Alpha Oscar.
Kilowatt 2, Charlie Juliet Bravo, QRP.
Whiskey America 2, Kathleen King, 11 Alpha, Mike Delta Charlie. Please copy.
You can look at the clock. You'll see I've been operating for an hour, and I have made 0 contacts. Kilowatt 2, Charlie Juliet Bravo, QRP. Well, we're at it about 2 hours, just over 2 hours now, and we've made 4 contacts, but it wasn't easy, and that's understandable. Look, I'm operating QRP. I'm also operating with the internal batteries on the FT817, which automatically reduces its power, its transmit power output when you're operating off of internal batteries. Remember, I'm testing the envelopes to see how long they last. I can tell you this, we're 2 hours in, and in receive mode, it's gone down 0.3 of a volt. So they're holding up pretty well for 2 hours. I'm really surprised. Okay, let's talk about antennas. The first hour, I operated off of the end-fed half-wave antenna. I made no contacts with that at all. I attribute that to running reduced QRP, but also running it as it's running through a tuner. When you use a tuner, you lose some of your output power to the tuner. So that makes sense that even less power was making it out to the antenna. So that's probably why I wasn't able to cut through any of these pileups, and it makes sense. So after running the end-fed half-wave for an hour, I went to the Wolf River coil on 20 meters and tuned around 20. I don't know about anyone else on field day, but I heard some stations in there, but they really weren't copyable, so I wasn't even going to try operating QRP. Mind you, the tuner was not part of the equation with the vertical. The vertical is a resonant antenna. You know, you slip the coil to the right position, and you're tuned. So I went then from 20 back to 40, but on the vertical, and it's there where I made the 4 contacts. So here's the experiment that we've got so far. The end-fed half-wave running through a tuner, QRP, reduced QRP. It's not going to work that well. It's field day. It's a pretty busy weekend. I'm sure if it was just making some sort of contacts, it might work. Like for POTA, it probably works fine. I know a lot of guys use end-feds with tuners and QRP, and they work. So that might be the difference. You know, I may try that next time I do a POTA activation. I might take the end-fed out and try that. The Eneloops, very impressed that those AA batteries, we're 2 hours in. Now, I haven't been hitting it hard on the transmit side. I have been trying to make a lot of calls, a lot of contacts. So it's not like I've been really working the batteries that hard. But still, 2 hours. And like I said, in receive mode, I'm at 9.6 volts right now. I think I started at 9.9. So they're holding up pretty well. I'm pretty impressed with that. So I'm just going to take a little break and then get back at it. It's Field Day 2022. Just took a dinner break. Had myself a burger and a hot dog and a little bit of coleslaw and some fries. It's time for the nighttime stretch now. I've made a couple of decisions here. First, I'm going to, even though you can hear that the Eneloops are still working, when I'm transmitting now, it's down below 8 volts. So that's telling me that the power output of the radio is really getting diminished. So I'm not going to rely on that anymore to be something that's going to be effective, especially for a field day operation. So I'm going to go to the Bioenno and run a full 12-volt supply for the radio for the duration now. Second, I'm going to put the link dipole up, I think, for the evening activities. I just think I'm going to do better with having a dipole, a truly resonant antenna, a little more metal up in the air than I am with the vertical, and certainly with the end-fed. So that's the plan. I'm going to go out and do that right now. Here's the link dipole deployed. The links are in, so I can stay on 40 meters. There's the apex right there. And then we go down to one end where that orange peg is. Back up to the center. Back down to the orange peg over there. You've seen me deploy this before. You'll notice that I have brought the MFJ 1979 17-foot whip down. I also took the end-fed down, and we'll try that another time. And at the time it took me to put that antenna up, the batteries have died. So, time to go onto the Bioenno. 13.6 volts. I don't know if you can see that on the display, which means we've got good power coming to it now. I also keep one of these little battery monitors on the battery just to keep an eye on how much current I've drawn from it. Kilo 2, Charlie, Juliet, Bravo, QRP.
Kilo 2, Charlie, Juliet, Bravo, 3 Alpha, Mike Echo, 3 Alpha, Male.
QSL, I copy 3 Alpha, Mike Echo. Please copy 1 Echo, Charlie, Tango. 1 Echo, Charlie, Tango.
QSL, thank you and good luck in contest. Take care. This is Whiskey 1 Mexico, Whiskey 1 Mexico, calling to QRP.
Kilo 2, Charlie, Juliet, Bravo, QRP.
Kilo 2, Charlie, Juliet, Bravo, is that right?
Roger, Roger. Kilo 2, Charlie, Juliet, Bravo, QRP. I am 1 Echo, Connecticut. 1 Echo, Charlie, Tango.
Roger, Roger. Please copy 2 Alpha, Victor Tango.
Copy 2 Alpha, Victor Tango. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. 76. QRZ, Whiskey 1, Sugar Yankee Echo, CQ Field Day.
Kilo 2, Charlie, Juliet, Bravo, QRP.
Okay, the QRP, Kilo 2, something.
Kilo 2, Charlie, Juliet, Bravo.
Okay, Kilo 2, Kilo Juliet Bravo. Please copy 2 Alpha, Rhode Island.
Roger, Roger. Call sign is Kilo 2, Charlie, Juliet, Bravo. Charlie, Juliet, Bravo, 1 Echo, Connecticut.
Okay, I got the correction on there. Kilo 2, Charlie, Juliet Bravo, 1 Echo, Connecticut. Please copy 2 Alpha, Romeo, India.
Roger, Roger. 2 Alpha, Romeo, Romeo, India. QSL. Good luck.
73, good luck, QSF. Whiskey 1, Sugar Yankee Echo, CQ Field Day.
I went to the dipole about a half hour ago, and I've made 7 contacts in a half an hour. Now, a number of things have changed. It's about 7:40 Eastern time right now, so of course it's getting darker. The conditions of propagation is going to change. The band is going to change. Of course, I changed the batteries. I'm now running off of a full 13 volt supply, where before I was running at half of that, well, almost half of that, about 8.9 to 9.2 volts in transmit when I was using the internal Eneloops. So again, that was a test. So of course the power output was a little less than 5 watts. Makes a difference, right? And also I've gone to the dipole. I'm not using the vertical and I'm not using the end fed. So yeah, a number of things have changed in the shack, but of course now we're doing a lot better. Things are performing a lot better. So it's interesting how these things change throughout the day. I wonder if I had started with the dipole and the BioNO battery and just tried that. But of course, well, we can't go back and try it. So, but right now we've got about 14 or 15 contacts in the blog book so far, and we're in, I guess, 1800 to 20, about 6 hours now. So we're doing okay.
WC1SW Field Day. Alpha.
Kilo 2, Charlie, Juliet, Bravo, QRP.
Kilo 2, Charlie, please repeat.
Kilo 2, Charlie, Juliet, Bravo, QRP.
2 Charlie. Number 2, Whiskey Charlie, please copy 3 Foxtrot, Whiskey Mike Alpha. I copy, please copy 2 Alpha, NLI. November, relay India, QSL. Okay, Kilo 2, Charlie, Juliet Bravo, 1 Echo, Connecticut. Roger, Roger.
Roger, 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 QSL.
Thank you, QRZ, Whiskey 2, Lima, India.
Since I put the link dipole up, 40 meters has just blossomed tonight. It's about 9:43, coming up on 10 o'clock. So it's getting a little late for me to be out here yapping on a microphone. So I'm going to attempt to connect my computer through my Signalink box and do some FT8. So we'll see if it works. Well, looking around online a little bit and managed to get the WSJT-X FT8 software running on the computer. I have it talking through the Signalink box going into the FT817, and you'll see it is transmitting as I am attempting to contact W1 BOS. So we'll see how this works. I don't know if it will, but we'll keep trying. And we made our first FT8 contact through the FT817. That's awesome. Well, we just worked our second FT8 contact. How about that? Well, it's 10:45 on Saturday night of field day weekend. And it's dark out, as you can see behind me. And I know there's a lot of bugs out there. I'm not even going to try to take anything apart out there. But I'm happy I got FT8 working. That was something last time I had a problem with. I knew it had something to do with the way I configured the software, and sure enough, I found where the mistake was, and I got it to work. So I made a couple of contacts, as you saw, which to me that's a eureka moment. Lessons learned so far during this field day, because that's really what this exercise is. It's a way of getting us to train ourselves and to practice operating under emergency conditions or under, portable conditions, which we do a lot when you do POTA activations. We all do that too, but this is another one of those type of events where a lot more people are involved and you learn how to operate in more adverse conditions. There's a lot of radio stations on the air, so it's difficult to get through. So it really also improves your operation skills. My initial setup had a lot of compromises in it. Use the internal batteries, which was a maximum of 9.5, 10 volts, right? Running the radio, so the radio reduces its power output. So the end-fed half wave, I think I want to test that again using full QRP power on an FT817. The vertical worked okay, but there's nothing like having a dipole. I mean, let's face it, it's a balanced antenna. You've got a lot of metal in the air. It makes a big difference. The Wolf River coil, great antenna. I love it. But you got a counterpoise on the ground, and you've got a coil, and there's some compromises in that. Not a lot, but there's some. But I think in conditions like this, when you've got a lot of stations on the air, you need to put as much power as you can from your little QRP radio into the antenna. Using a tuner for the end-fed, at least for field day, not successful. It's not a successful combination. I'm going to try it for POTA and see how it works. So anyway, it's getting late, and I'm going to hit the sack. So we'll see how things look in the morning. Well, we did what we had to do this morning, and had breakfast with my wife. Actually, it's more like a brunch. And got home here and tuned around 20 meters, tuned around 40 meters, and it looks to me like the field day is pretty much over. Even though it's, according to the rules, it's good till 2059 UTC, which is still a couple more hours on a Sunday afternoon, but it sounds to me like everyone's pretty much packed up. So that's it. Field Day 2022 is a wrap, and it's time for me to go out there and start packing everything up. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of this video, and maybe you learned something as you saw me stumble around trying to do whatever I was trying to do here. So if you did like the video, please hit the like button. I'd really appreciate that. That certainly helps us all of us YouTubers out with the algorithm. And if you'd like to see more of what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button. That would be a great thing too. So until next time, 73 from K2CJB.